Hey guys, welcome to a new podcast episode. And most of you guys are listening to this. I'm pretty sure you have the same question as me. Is that how do we buy our first property and what do we need to know about buying our first property? As whoever's listening, I'm pretty sure the title got your attention. As me, I'm looking to buy my own first property and I want to know a lot about what are the ins and out of buying a property lah. So that's why I know I've invited a special guest who's quite knowledgeable, and thank you for coming. Apparently, if you are seeing this from YouTube, you can actually see who am I talking to. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into to the podcast topic. So before that, let's introduce the guest. Guest, please introduce yourself.
Hi to the Vince audience. Can I refer them to that?
Yeah, can. Or you can say
Okay.
property bus audience lah.
Okay, property
Bus.
bus audience. Hi, my name is Zaty, or you can search me online, Zaty Luxury Homes or Zaty for Properties. And I've been a real estate negotiator and a probationary estate agent just recently for almost 3 years now. And my main focus in this industry is I'm passionate about helping first home buyer getting to sign their first property ever. Yeah.
Okay, so how many first home buyers have you helped before?
I think for the last 3 years, quite a handful number of first home buyers, and not just first home buyers for residential property, but they are also first home investor. First investor, yeah.
Okay.
First
Do you have a rough number?
Cannot say lah.
Okay lah. The perks of the jobs, right?
Sorry?
The perks of the jobs.
Yeah.
Okay, so you say you've been doing this for what, 3 years already?
Almost 3 years now. Yeah.
Okay, 3 years. So in these 3 years, have you come across like any first-time home buyers be like, Zaty, no, you did an awful job?
Oh, okay. Well, they don't say it. But
Okay.
they just run away. They don't proceed with any booking or any signing. But Alhamdulillah, from my experience, maybe how I treat my client, they always like, even if they don't want to proceed with any bookings, they will always say, I make it clear for them. I make the path for signing or anything. It's like assist. I'm very helpful for the first home buyer, like I would say. And then they would, even if they don't want to proceed with the purchase or anything, they will always say that they're thankful for my assistance. And the reason usually most of like about the technical terms about the pricing or the location is not suitable for them.
All right, so we're going to go into the actual questions. So if you guys are interested, there are a few topics or questions going to be asking. I'll time code it into the section so you can actually skip if you know all of this part lah. So this is for real. I'm actually asking this person like, I want to buy my first property. So these are the questions that I actually have. And if you guys want more, want to know more, you can actually label down in the comment section. Then, Zaty can answer in the next episode lah. Yeah. All right, Zaty, may I know, before buying homes, right, I heard there's a lot of different types of homes that I can buy.
Yeah.
Can you just lay out what are the types of homes that I can buy?
Okay, so when you are referring to types of home, are you referring to like landed properties or condo, or are you looking about the purpose of the property? Which one?
Like landed condo, because I heard like there's like Soho,
Yeah.
duplex. I don't know what's that actually. Like what kind of property there are available for a first home time buyers?
Okay, for first home buyer, that's quite limiting though. If you just kind of like first home buyer, you have to buy a certain type of property. But then in Malaysia, like you mentioned, we have diverse types of properties, right? Landed property, condominiums, and then we have a studio unit. Then the Soho, Sovo. So Soho, Sovo, duplex is basically the strata properties. The ones is like a high-rise properties. But it's just the layout that differentiate them. Okay, so I would usually categorize them based on landed and high-rise condo.
Okay.
So depends on what you want and depends on the branding by the developer. They name it differently. Yeah. So usually make it simple for my clients. It's just a high-rise or just landed property. But when you are referring to like the usage of the property, maybe the first home buyer, they might think that they are only limited to buying a own stay property. Okay.
I'm just adjusting my audio.
Okay, so they might think that they're only limited to buying a residential property as their first home. But most cases that when you are looking for a first home as a residential property, right, your dream is very unlimited already. But realistically speaking, these people, we're talking about the 26 or 30 years old age, right? Age group. So realistically speaking, in Malaysia, when you are at this age, your income is quite limited, right? So to buy a dream home that ticks all the boxes, you want a spacious layout, you want a spacious kitchen, L-shaped balcony, maybe you want a duplex, like the 2-story high-rise condos. It's quite unrealistic for your income. So don't limit yourself to thinking that your first property has to be own stay property, but you can also explore the idea of your first property as investment property. So the rationale behind that is because when you buy an investment property, the layout tends to be a smaller layout, something that you can easily rent out, right? Because usually the price can be affected by the layout, the space given. So when you get a smaller layout that fits your income, but with this small layout that can generate your second income, why not, right? So then the second income can help you to boost your eligibility for your next property, which then you can decide to get a dream house. You want a landed property with pool, whatever. So that's more realistic lah for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So earlier you mentioned about like strata, this and that, right? Actually, what are those actually? Because I keep hearing it about it, like strata, individual property. So these are the more I heard types of property titles. So can you tell me what are the types of property titles are there and what is it for?
So you are referring to the strata title, individual title,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so strata, okay, start with strata title. Strata, when you're talking about strata, right, most people think strata is high rise. That's the most common perception about strata. But actually, according to the legal terms in Malaysia, strata can also mean landed property that is guarded and you have a community. The ones that you have to pay for maintenance.
Okay.
Yeah, you have a gym or you have a clubhouse. Those are also strata title.
Okay.
But they're not high rise. So that's a misconception about strata lah. But strata generally, when we're talking about strata, we can also refer to high rise property. Yeah.
Okay. Then what about individual?
Individual is the landed that the individual title lah.
Like those bungalow lots lah, basically.
Yeah, bungalow lot that is not under master title. Master title means the developer have not like pecah-pecahkan the title yet. Basically, when you usually under construction, there will be a master title. So it still belong to the developer until the completion, you receive your key, then they will pecah-pecahkan you punya title. Macam tu lah.
Gotcha.
Then the actual name on the grant is yours lah, basically.
So is there only like 2 titles or is there more?
I think there could be more. But
Okay.
for just like in the context of first home, right? That you should know this too lah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so strata or individual lah. So moving on to our next question, which is our loan eligibility. So every time, when you go to your, my experience of going to sales gallery, they always say like, oh, just put your name, we check the loan eligibility, blah, blah, blah. And a few days later, they say like, oh, your loan got rejected. Or sometimes they say, oh, your loan got approved already, pre-approved. So may I know what are the checklists before applying for a loan?
Before you actually apply for the loan application, you have to prepare a list of documents lah. Okay, something that you can done prior to the loan application. So the documents is your bank statement, your income statement, your EPF statement, and then your EPF statement and your letter of employment. So the rule of thumb is that if you are a fixed income earner, you have to prepare at least 3 months of the documentation. So 3 months of bank statement, income statement, and then the EPF is 2 years lah, for 2 years, and then the letter of employment. But if you are freelancer, if you are a business owner,
Yeah, what about self-employed? Yeah, those kind of thing. Yeah.
that is the business owner lah. So you have to prepare 6 months. 6 months. Okay.
Of
So
bank statements or
of the documents. So your
okay.
income statement, you punya bank statement, and then you punya EA form just now,
Okay.
and then you punya letter of employment tu lah. So I have cases where dia freelancer, right? You kata you punya income tu you transfer to the bank account directly. So you don't have a pay slip or anything. So most cases memang tak lepas because they want to see the actual record you apply from you memang ada kerja lah. You
Like
punya
invoice and all lah.
Yeah, something like invoice, something
Okay.
that is legit lah to oh sorry. Should I start again?
No, keep going.
Okay, something to like validate you punya kerja tu lah. Something like that. Ataupun kalau you tak bayar, you are the business owner but you don't pay your tax, you don't have the form, right? Then memang susah juga the bank nak bagi lepas macam tu.
So what if I'm actually self-employed and my company is Sanjaya Berhad, but I pay myself a salary?
Okay.
So when I'm applying for loan, do I need to get my 3 months salary or my 6 months business income?
So do you consider yourself as a business owner ke ataupun do you consider yourself as sebab your income comes from that one, right? Then 3 months.
3 months.
The 3 months. Yeah.
So which one do you think that is more, if let's say I'm a self-employed and I'm a business owner, but my business is a separate entity, as it means I get a separate salary share lah. Will it be best if I go through my business income or from my salary income?
Maybe you can try first with your salary. Yeah, because you said you have the income statement and everything, right? So so go through that first. So say that they say that you punya loan tak lepas ke apa, then you try the second one lah.
So if let's say my business statement got approved, so does that mean the property is owned by my business or by me?
But you are buying under your name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you buy under your name, and then you are buying as a business owner. You are not buying for your company.
Is there any difference like in terms of interest rates or how much they give out the loan?
Usually it depends. It depends on your profile. So I think there might be slight difference, but then it would not be that wide lah, the difference. It would not be that significant.
I'm guessing it's a good thing that agent has to go through all of this training beforehand so that you know whatever knowledge you're giving out to the first time home buyers, because we have to trust the agent, you know. It's a very big commitment.
Yeah, it
and may I know, okay, the industry has been really crowded by a lot of shitty agents. Let's be honest. And have you come across any of these shitty agents before?
Definitely.
Okay. So for the first time buyers, right, can you just label out what are the red flags that you can pinpoint that this agent is inexperienced and don't know what the hell they're talking about?
Okay. I think the degree of red flagness can be on many level, right? So basically what I can see from my company, and the one that I work with, ke apa semua tu, they very pushy. They very like push you to buy one specific property, and die want you to place the booking. You know, like the ones that just place the booking, don't worry about semua tu, but without considering your voice, without considering your requirement, your concerns lah basically. So I think that is quite unprofessional lah, because especially when you are buying for first home, for you to reside for the next 5 to 10 years, even more, right?
35 years lah, basically.
Years, yeah. If you're not selling back your property, then 35 years. So I think like when they are not listening to you, when you say that, okay, your concern is about this, and they, I understand sometimes you have to set this expectation of the buyers. Sometimes they don't realize that this type of pricing doesn't exist in this market anymore. Maybe they are asking for like 4 bedrooms for only like 1,800 a month in PJ Damansara. So it's not realistic to have that pricing anymore. So it's okay to set the expectation, but don't push without listening to their concern first. Maybe
but what if it's actually that the property is selling out already and the agent know that, okay, this is the right property for the buyer, and they just want to like, hey, put in your deposit lah. If not, you're going to lose it already because I know this is your first property. So will that also consider as a red flag?
I think maybe if they clarify first that, okay, if you really want this, you think that 80% of your expectations and your requirements are met, then you lock the unit first. Then if anything like you punya loan tak lepas ke apa, then that's a whole other story, right?
Okay. So that's the thing though.
Yeah.
Every single time, right, I heard this, right? My friend kena, my family members also kena as well. You know, they say, oh, put in your, first this 1,000 ringgit deposit or like 500 ringgit deposit. If your loan didn't lepas, we can give it back to you. But let's be honest, the money will not come back lah, not full.
Not full.
What is that reason?
The reason actually like the reasons what for the agent to take your booking.
Yeah, okay, let's say the agent say, hey,
Okay.
put in 1,000 ringgit to
Yeah.
booking your unit, like lock in your unit, and then we see lah if you're loan eligible, pass ready or not.
Yeah.
If no pass, we give it back to you.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, when they give it back to us, right, it will not be 1,000 ringgit. It will be like
Yeah.
800, 200.
Okay. So the booking fee, it depends on the developer side. So usually agent they follow the standard lah, the ones that being told by the developer. But then the usual reason they want to make you place the booking is because they want to close faster. And then like ataupun it can be that because they see the client, they really want the property already. But they usually because first home buyer, right, they are having a cold feet. So they takut. They like it already. 80% are met. Like I mentioned lah, they really like it. And so the agent, they just kind of like pursue them to make commitment, right? Yeah, it depends, I think.
Yeah, but what's the reason though? Like when
What the reason?
let's say my loan got rejected, but
Yeah.
why wouldn't I get back my first 1,000 ringgit that I put in?
So that one depends on the developer, like I mentioned. So
Okay.
I think what the agent can make they can improve is that they can clarify if the loan is rejected, then half of it is forfeit. Something like that.
Forfeit, okay.
Yeah.
So that means it is legal that the developer will take out.
Okay, so actually it's not legal lah.
Aha! Okay.
So there's no such thing as booking fee. But yeah, that's the thing. It's not really legal, but it's a common practice. But it's not under the part payment that you have. You have
Then I'm quite curious though. Like if it's not legal and I'm giving 1,000 ringgit,
Yeah.
and then when I get back, I don't get it back. Then the developer will say this, and that. Like how is that legal? And how can they justify that this is the price? Because it's just to show that we want to I get it, like the upfront deposit just to show that we are committed. But how can that be fair as for a home time buyer?
I don't know how it can be fair or not also. Because like honestly, because it's just to lock your unit. Usually if you proceed to buying the property, right, usually they will like refund back the money, the booking fee. So say 1,000, then you refund back during the construction stage or during the vacant
Okay,
position.
let's be honest. Like,
if
it will
they
go. It will say like, oh, it's just for your first, the interest rate lah. It will just absorb from there lah, whatever lah. Yeah, because I have family members who actually got approved, but the money wasn't returned. It was just absorbed into like other causes like the electric cost or your first initial interest payments and all.
Then that's fair though.
Yeah, I mean that's fair, but I'm the point I want to come into is
Yeah.
that when your loan got rejected, why do you? I mean, even if let's say I'm your customer, right, and I ask you a question, my loan got rejected, but I didn't get my 1,000 ringgit back. How would you fight that back? Like you say, developer will take certain things.
So I think like just make it clear lah for agents, right? Just make it clear like the terms and condition. If you want to place the booking, if you suddenly cancellation and then the change of mind, what's going to happen with that money? Make it clear from the start, so that the buyer have the idea of like what they get themselves into. So buyer also have to ask lah. Kalau macam the agent, they would not. Sometimes the agents, they don't want to disclose this type of information because they feel like they don't have the responsibility to do so, right? The due diligence to disclose this type of information. So as a buyer, maybe like that's the common practice among agents. So for yourself as a buyer, just ask what's going to happen with your money. And then you feel like, okay, this 1,000, if I don't get back this money, it's a big money. Then you go home first, you decide first.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's the best solution for the first home buyer because, right, that's what I said lah. I don't really like it when agents are pushy about the placing booking and locking the unit because like what if they don't like this property? Okay. If it's cold feet, that's a different thing lah, right?
Okay, so that means you're saying that if I don't get my 1,000 ringgit deposit, even after my loan got rejected, I have the right to ask the developer, hey, whatever your potong or you say this fee, that fee is not legal and I need my money back. Or has there been any cases like that before in your experience?
I never encountered that kind of cases lah.
What about your team members or anybody?
Actually, no.
Okay. Because I'm quite curious, because sometimes, it's a big commitment and sometimes I'm more calculative for where my money goes and how it is spent. So if people say, when they promise me, you will get back if you get rejected. Okay, fine. man of your word, ma. But they say, oh, waiver, oh, this one, this fee, that fee. Oh, I'll be very triggered already lah. I will need to know what are this fee, this and that.
So basically, like just to be safe, just read whatever you have to sign first on the paper because you have a booking form that you have to sign, right? So read that first and ask that if anything happens, like where will my money go, just to be safe.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So any other red flags that we need to be looking at other than being a pushy agent?
Oh, the ones that put the iklan 400 ringgit, 400,000, and then they suddenly say, oh, it's unavailable already. But turns out they just want to swing you to another project.
Okay. The bait lah, basically.
Yeah, they're doing the bait. But I understand it's a marketing thing. But be realistic also, because sometimes a 400,000 ringgit landed property in PJ doesn't exist anymore. So don't fall into that trap. And most cases they will try to swing you to another project. I'm not sure if that's considered red flag though, because like it's kind of like part of marketing, right?
Yeah, true. Because my if let's say I see a 400 in PJ, my expectation will be 400 in PJ.
Yeah.
And then they say not available and suddenly, oh, this one 1 million. Wow, out of my budget
Would
already.
you as a buyer consider that as
of course no.
As a red flag or no?
Yeah, it is a red flag because number one, you cheated your perception of me, because let's say you say like this thing costs 400 and I love that thing. Okay, go for it. And suddenly you say, hey, actually you don't have already.
Yeah.
Got other property for 1 million. Of course, it's out of my budget, ma. Then why will I waste my time? It's rather to have it straightforward. Like, this property costs this much. If you're interested, contact me.
Yeah. So like actually in the code of conduct for the real estate, this is just on surface. That kind of advertisement that is misleading and that's not correct, is misrepresentation, you cannot like do this kind of ads lah. So basically that is melanggar the code of conduct of estate agent. The real estate agent.
Is there any way we can report this kind of activities to the government officials?
Yeah, you can report if the agent is registered under the board of the valuer lah, the estate agent of Malaysia. So the BOVIA. So if they are registered, then you can report this type of misconduct.
Okay. In what, like, is there any specific website?
Okay, you can just go to the BOVIA, the LPP, the board of the BOVIA. Nama sebut sikit. Board of Value Appraiser Estate Agent Malaysia. Okay. So you can search that one.
Blink it in the screen.
You click this one, BOVIA di sini. So you can check kalau you boleh do the report. Usually you can do the report because it's melanggar code of conduct of the estate agent. Okay. Tapi kebanyakan agent in Malaysia, they are not really registered, So if they are not registered, then they are considered as broker. So kalau dia orang broker, you cannot report anyway because they cannot take action against these people because they are not basically governing these people.
Okay. What about police reports? Will that work?
Police report for what case?
If let's say it's misleading or this person is trying to scam, or is it not justifiable as a police report?
Maybe there is a legal system, system, like I would say, that can protect you against it. But then if you are just like, is there any contract like you sign into ke apa yang that macam you boleh claim that you are?
Gotcha.
Because
so
like, if
make
you're
sure
just clicking the ads and then you tengok and then like, oh, this is tak sama, then just don't because it's not really like anything like there's a contractual relationship in that conversation.
Not many evidence to prove that it's a wrongdoing lah. Okay, gotcha. Alright guys, Malaysia boleh.
Malaysia boleh.
Alright, let's dive into the cost, the money part of home ownership. I think most of you know, or those of you who don't know, that they usually say 10% upfront payment of the property, blah, blah, blah. Let's say the property costs 500k, 50,000 is your upfront payment. But from my experience, looking at my family members and my friends, that's not usually the case. Okay. So could you break us down what are the actual costs of first-time home buyer?
Okay. So when you are referring to 10% down payment, that is not the usual case with your friends and family. Can you like explain that to me a bit?
No, usually like they were. I'm sure that there was a few. I think 2 years ago there was a HOC program. Home ownership program, right? There was like 100% loan eligibility by the government, but most of the times it's always like 90% only, because from what I understand, that every Malaysians have like 3 DSR or like eligibility, like to 90% loan eligibility, right? So that's what I like studied lah, like researched a bit. But I know that that's not the full actual cost. There will be different other costs as well, like bank interest. Suddenly we have to fork out money even before the property has been built.
Okay.
So those kind of stuff lah.
Oh, I see. Okay, so the your upfront payment, you're referring to the upfront payment, right? Okay, so the upfront payment of buying your first property, it depends on the type of property that you buy. So we have like subsale property, and then you have the under construction property.
Projects lah, basically.
The projects lah, basically. Okay, so the subsales property, they can have like a higher upfront cost because that would include the renovation cost, maybe some other maintenance ataupun some bills ke, the tunggakan ke apa-apa semua. So that would be under subsales. So subsales is not really my forte lah. So I'll focus more on the under construction property. So under construction property, the usual case is that you have to pay for the 10% down payment. So this 10% is not really just it's not really the upfront cost like there's a hidden cost. It's actually like a open thing. So 10% because your loan is 90%, right? So you have to 10% tu you kena cover sendiri lah. Jadi most cases under construction property, developer will absorb this cost. That 10%.
Oh, okay.
That's why they have the rebate. The rebate
Gotcha.
10% tu.
Gotcha.
So you don't have to pay 10%. So katalah 500,000, then you have to pay 50,000, right?
Yep.
So kalau you ambil the rebate with the developer 10%, you don't have to pay 50,000 upfront during the signing. So this 10% during signing is not just the cost saja, it's under the breakdown of the claim, the progressive claim, the amount that you have to pay. So the stage 1 you have to pay the 10%. Now the developer dah bayar that 10%, you don't have to pay anymore. Okay, so other costs that you have to pay, usually the legal fees, the SPA legal fees, the stamp duty, the loan stamp duty, the disbursement fee, these types of fee lah.
How much will that cost though, roughly?
Depends on the property price lah. So okay, dia ada the percentage dia. So this percentage usually dia akan update dengan the budget lah. Dia akan align with the budget. So it can varies. And also dia ada macam the like a breakdown of the cost macam tu. So I would say can go up to 15 to 20k sebenarnya.
Okay.
Okay. Tapi,
will that be absorbed by the developer as well?
Okay, depends on the project.
Okay.
So as a buyer, you kena tanya your agent. They might not explain that to you. So I would usually like give like a list of the things that the developer akan absorb and the things that you have to pay on your own. So this is something that the buyer can like calculate lah before they actually place the booking. Like
Gotcha.
macam I cakap
Gotcha.
kan. Okay. So usually they would definitely absorb the cost except for the MOT, the Memorandum of Transfer.
Okay, yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, what is it actually?
Okay, MOT is basically perfecting the process of transfer the ownership of the property. So first, the property belongs to the developer, right? So you don't have to pay the MOT upfront. It's not the upfront cost anymore, but it's the after cost because you are only paying the MOT masa dah dapat kunci when you receive the key. So I would not say that it's an upfront cost anymore. Okay, so the MOT tu you kena bayar because if you don't pay for that, you are basically still like the rumah tu still basically under the developer's name.
Okay.
Macam tu. So it's perfecting the transfer of ownership between the first owner, the developer, to the new owner. Okay, so what happen if you don't pay your MOT? Okay, so the MOT based on the market price of the property. Kalau you tak bayar, lama-lama you nak bayar tu dia akan ikut the market price, makin lama makin mahal.
Oh,
okay. Yeah.
So that means the price changes over time.
Yeah, because it follows the market
Oh,
price of the property. So if you dapat kunci,
okay.
the MOT lah.
Okay, so just to give a context, the MOT price changes according to the property value.
Yeah. So the problem comes when you want to sell the property.
Gotcha, understand.
Because
oh my god,
the property doesn't belong to you basically. You are only signing the SPA. You only pay the sales and purchase agreement. You are not transferring the ownership yet.
Okay.
So you want to sell your property, you have to go through the MOT first. Then you kena bayar MOT juga.
Oh my god, okay, understandable.
So
No wonder. Actually, there is a story. One of my close friends actually went through this. They wanted to sell a property, and they were mentioning the MOT was around like 10 to 20,000, that range.
Yeah.
And I was so surprised, like, because I heard MOTs are quite cheap. Like around less than 10,000 ringgit. If for projects lah, like from my experience. Because I am quite well, like I'm talking to a few agents and property owners and all.
Yeah.
So when they say right, it's 20,000, then I realized that property is actually like 1 million plus.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was like, so I didn't know. I thought the agent was scamming that fella. So I thought, hey, bro, it should be a scam. No, bro, we have to pay for this. It's like legal. That's the price of it. Now I understand. It changes over time.
Yeah. It follows the market price. Tapi, yeah, the thing is that usually agent dia macam it's not part of the agent's responsibility. Sebab dia lepas beli rumah.
Gotcha.
So agent is usually like the ones yang handling the sales and purchase, right?
Gotcha. Just to open the door lah, basically. Okay.
Open the door, and then the rest of it you have to learn on your own.
Okay.
Usually this is the lawyer part.
Gotcha.
Because the MOT transfership, they will ask the conveyancing lawyer to handle. So still the money you have to keep in mind lah. You kena bayar MOT.
Gotcha. So okay, other than SPA legal fees and the 10% payment and the MOT, right? Any other costs that I should be aware of?
Okay, you are buying under construction, right?
Yep, first time home ownership lah, basically.
Okay, first home buyer, buy under construction property. Be aware about the progressive interest.
Okay.
If you are taking the loan lah.
Okay.
Okay, so the progressive interest is basically the interest that you have to pay during the construction process of the development. Okay, so dia akan it can take up to 60% of your monthly installment, and you kena bayar sampai the property siap tu. Bila dah property siap, then you akan transition into paying your monthly installment next.
Okay.
Macam tu.
So that means first I'll pay the interest payment. You say that it will be around 60% of my monthly
installment. Yeah.
Then only it goes to the principal, you say?
Yeah, true. Tapi okay, for example, this RM1,800 you punya monthly installment tu, but what is the 60% of it?
No idea.
Okay lah, maybe. I asked because I also don't know.
Oh, okay. We should ask the developer. We should bring a developer here.
For example, 1,800, maybe 1,600, like 60%. Okay, just a figure to give you.
Okay.
Then you're not paying 1,600 sekali bayar.
Okay.
Faham tak? Dia akan build up the amount slowly.
Monthly or annually?
Dia monthly. Dia throughout the progress tu nanti.
Okay.
So that is the progressive interest that you have to pay. So it's actually quite a lot sebenarnya.
Okay. So when do I start paying for this? Is it immediately I got sign my papers or like after I accept my loan?
Okay. Usually after dah stamp you punya SPA
Gotcha.
tu. So like maybe like 2 to 3 months after that baru you akan start bayar.
Okay.
Sampai dapat kunci.
Alright.
So the strategy that they have is that they buy property not too early during the official launching. So they buy masa dah tengah-tengah towards the end of the construction, so that they don't have to pay the big progressive interest. Tapi the downside is that you don't get to choose the nice unit lah. So you have to choose the leftover unit. So it's a win-win situation, I guess.
Gotcha. I mean, you gotta lose some to win some lah, basically.
Yeah, basically that's that.
Okay. Is there any other costs that I should be aware of?
After buying property?
No, I mean before.
Before?
Yeah.
That's that, I think.
That's that.
Yeah.
Okay. So the renovation part is afterwards lah.
Renovation,
Yeah,
that's not part of the purchasing. That's on you.
That's your own on you already. How much you want to spend? Okay, all right. So the earlier you mentioned about rebate and all, right? So I have a very controversial question. I always see like property, they give like this rebate lah, that rebate lah. So may I ask, like, in your opinion, is rebate actually a scam, or does it really benefit the buyer?
Where do I start? Okay. So I mentioned before that the rebate 10% is basically absorbing your 10% down payment, right? So in that sense, it does help you to buy a property because you don't have to pay the 10%. For example, the 500,000, then you have to pay 50,000. You don't have to pay for that. But what I feel like it might be not beneficial to the buyer is, this is my opinion. Okay, this is maybe some people have like different opinions on this. My opinion is that it doesn't really affect your commitment, because to give you context, rebate is actually something that developer give to you without alerting the banker. So it's a hush-hush thing, under the table thing. Unless it's a discount. Discount tu memang we can reduce the SPA price. But rebate only reducing the net price. Still, your monthly installment you kena bayar based on your SPA price. So katalah 800,000 property. They bagi about 20 to 30% of rebate. That would be like my
Okay, let's make it 10% lah. That means it will be 880,000.
No, I'm referring to this, the big rebate that they've
Oh, the big rebate, okay.
Yeah, the big rebate. For example, 20 to 30% rebate. Okay lah, your property jadi 600,000 macam tu. Okay. 600 to 650,000. So you nampak, oh net price ni memang dah makin kecil dah because of the rebate. Tapi you are still paying the installment for that 800,000.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's the question I asked. Is it actually a scam? Because from my understanding is that, let's say the property, okay, put it in a simpler term. My phone costs 100 ringgit. But because the company rebate me not to pay for it, and then they take a loan, and then it suddenly becomes 200 ringgit.
Yeah.
And I have to pay the interest of that 200 ringgit loan.
Yeah.
It will be higher than what the product actually costs.
Yeah.
So how is that really helpful? Or is it depends on people's perspective?
That's exactly my point just now, that I don't think it's that beneficial. It's just to reduce that net price, but you're still paying for the SPA price monthly for the next 35 years.
Yep.
That's exactly what I just said just now lah. So macam for me, is it really? Yeah, but yeah, it depends on, for me it doesn't really affect anything. It's just the net price. But unless it's a cashback.
Okay.
Cashback is a whole different thing, right?
Why?
So cashback, you can actually get the money back. Yeah. For example, it says like 20%, then you get that 20% cash value. Macam tu lah.
So that means you're saying that if let's say my property is 500,000 lah, and then they say 10% cashback, which is 50,000 lah, meaning that 50,000 cash I will get it in my bank account.
If it's cashback, yeah.
Then is that my loan is 550?
Your loan is still SPA price.
Which is 500.
Yeah, just now 500, right? Yeah, 500.
Oh,
yeah.
then
okay.
How does that work? Like, takkan the developer give me free money mah?
Yeah, because they're getting that because they get SPA price, right? So you that's basically your money lah. Because you take the loan. So they give you back the 50,000 tu. Macam tu lah.
So they minus out from the 500.
500? Yeah, the 500,000, right? Yeah.
No, in this context, the let's say the property value is 500.
Yeah.
Then they say 10% cashback. So that means my SPA is 500 and my loan is also 500.
Yes, correct.
Okay. That means the 50,000 they take from my loan, is it?
Yeah. Betul. Okay, so just to make it clear, rebate, cashback, what else do we have? Okay, this is the usual one, rebate and cashback. It's just an incentive by the developer that bank must not know. Kalau bank tahu, they akan slash the loan margin.
Okay, gotcha.
Because means to say that sebenarnya your property price is not as your SPA price yang 800,000, kata 800,000 tadi. Maknanya your property price is just 600,000. So I should give you the loan about 600,000 je.
The bank lah basically.
The bank should give you the 600,000 loan the amount tu kan tadi, the loan amount. Tapi because the developer they letak the loan amount tu tinggi, so and banker must not know about it. That's why lah.
I'm pretty sure bankers will know lah. Even if it's a hush-hush thing.
It is a hush-hush thing, but okay, usually they will do it like this tau. They will pretend that they are a client. Okay. They will do the calling just to check what is the rebate. Then they will have a slash and a loan margin. So maybe from 90% it get like 87%.
This is very Malaysia boleh land lah.
Tapi okay, but to circle back to the question just now, if it covers the 10% down payment, why not, right? You as a buyer, you will get the benefit lah.
I mean, of course, like if I really want to own a home, of course I don't have any cash upfront, or I don't even know how much I need to pay. Even if 50,000 is quite a lot to save up that money. Yeah.
Usually people, because I cover first home ownership, right? They don't really have that kind of money. So 10% down payment as like in a rebate form, that's a benefit for them. Okay. It's not a scam lah. Tapi kalau kata macam the commitment monthly tu, you just have to keep in mind your monthly installment is based on your SPA price.
Gotcha. Yeah. All right. So this is more of a for Zaty's moment. I know that you are agent as well. You sell properties as well. So just gonna give you a few segments. Okay. Just tell us whatever you're selling right now. The top 2 properties that homeowners should be looking at, and if they're interested, they can contact you. I'll leave your contact details in the comment section below. But just 2 properties, and why do you think they should be looking into this?
Okay, so you are looking for first home property, but you want to have flexibility in the strategy, the exit strategy. I have a really nice property next to Pavilion Bukit Jalil. Just like within 3 kilometer, you can reach Pavilion Bukit Jalil. You can reach Bukit Jalil Recreational Park, and easy access to all parts of KL. So this property, we have flexible layout. We have from 1 bedroom and 2 bedrooms and even 3 bedrooms. So why this property is a good deal for me, at least in my opinion, is that because of the location, first of all. So it's within a family-oriented community, and also because it's close to the LRT station. And because it has a small to moderate size layout, it means that you can buy it for your own stay. At the same time, if the next 5 years you don't want to stay in this property anymore, you can easily find a tenant to rent out the property, or you can sell it, because in the Bukit Jalil, you can have a good market value punya increment. So this property is starting from 1,800 a month for 1 bedroom. And it's, what else do I have to talk about it?
I mean, that's just your first property, ma. So I'm giving chance for cover 2 properties.
Okay, that's the first one. Okay, the second one, you don't want a Bukit Jalil, you want more family, relaxed community. It's in Shah Alam.
Middle of nowhere, okay.
Okay,
The middle of nowhere.
Shah Alam, okay. It's next to the stadium Shah Alam. If you are in that side of the KL, the Klang Valley, Shah Alam, close to Subang, you are close to the Puncak Alam area, you are a public commuter, you are public transport commuter, then you will love this property because it's a new launch, and the size starts from 2 bedrooms as well. 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms and 4 bedrooms. But because it's in Shah Alam, the pricing is not as high as the Damansara, as the Bukit Jalil area. So it's a really nice property for a first home buyer. If you're thinking to buy just to grow your family, or like I said just now, if you want to have an exit strategy, then this is a nice property for you, because surrounding this property, we have universities, we have like corporate area next to LRT station, suitable for tenants that commute lah. So this property is just launching this week actually. So if you're interested to know more about it, please contact me.
Yeah, I think by the time the video is out, it's not going to be this week.
Yeah,
It'll be like a few weeks later, but okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so this video was brought to you by Zaty. Okay, if you're interested to know about these 2 properties, do contact her. It will be in the comment section below.
Yeah.
So let's just get back to the part of the video. The section of the podcast. This is the last question I want to ask in this podcast, which is quite controversial, and I've seen a lot of this thing happening in Malaysia. And there's a lot of properties out there just like this. Is that, what if the property developer don't deliver your product and they went bankrupt?
Oh, okay.
What can you do as a homeowner or buyer to, fix this?
Okay. So that's a really good question, because this is like the concern that most of my buyers will like spam me.
Okay.
When is my property completing? Like, are we like on track and everything? And so my part is I usually send them the the construction progress. I send the picture to them, let them know everything. So to answer that question, that's the good thing about HDA, Housing Development Act. So your rights as a buyer, as a homeowner, is protected under the legal system of Malaysia lah. Jadi in the case of late delivery, so kita boleh claim from developer under the HDA. It's called liquidated ascertain damages.
Claim what?
LAD, liquidated. Okay,
The money we paid?
Yeah. Okay, so dalam you punya SPA, dia ada term tau, dia ada mention when is your completion. So katalah developer tu lambat daripada this mention completion date ni nanti, you boleh claim every passing days tu berapa banyak dia punya ni, depends on there's a rate lah dia kena bayar tu, then dia akan dapat pampasan from that. Yeah, this is under HDA. That's why kalau you beli property, you tengok adakah dia residential property, kalau dia ataupun dia commercial. Kalau dia commercial, adakah dia commercial under Housing Development Act. Kalau tak, you tak dapat this type of
Meaning what? If they don't not under HDA, that means we are screwed lah, basically.
They have their own lah. Yeah, but because you are buying a first home property for residential, right? So look out for this type of ni lah. Jadi katakanlah dia lambat siap, then you akan dapat pampasan tu tadi. Katakanlah dia bankrupt pula, dia boleh they can like the government can take over the construction actually. So basically that they can have like another separate account, a HDA account yang duit tu macam dia boleh bagi balik pampasan kepada you lah. That's the rough idea of this HDA concept that can give protection to home buyer. Tapi which is why more reason to be more particular about developer rather than the unit itself. Tak macam
like go for more well established developers.
Definitely. Not just well established, the ones that can yang tak kena blacklist, the one yang tak ada pengalaman late delivery. So look out for this type of developer, and usually you can just Google this online. You search the developer blacklisted on KPKT, then akan keluar. Ataupun you pergi property guru ke apa, memang they always talk about developer macam ni. And not just about late delivery ataupun bankrupted developer, also tengok the ones that can give you a good workmanship. Jadi macam ada je developer nak cepat siap. Kenapa? You ada pengalaman?
No lah, when you say good workmanship, I know a few developers quite well established lah, but their workmanship is quite shitty lah. Let's be honest. It's based on I thought it's on my opinion, but apparently it's a lot of other people say the same thing as well.
Definitely. Because I also before ni tengok this property, ya Allah gambar dia cantik. Lobby macam hotel, gym dia like a 5-star gym yang macam like a celebrity gym whatever. And then bila you dapat, the lobby is like motel. Macam counter front desk macam tu je. Dia punya gym dia tingkap kecil and just like a very bare minimum gym semua ni kan. Tapi like
got it.
What to say? You dah believe this property.
Okay. So what else we can do? Because there is a lot of cases where the developer went bankrupt, and you mentioned that the government will take over, but those properties are still not even completed. They are abandoned like that. What can we do?
You have the
GG.
GG lah basically. Okay, this one is after 2014 ke like before 2014?
I'm not sure what year exactly, but I know a few places like in Subang.
Like new launch? Like macam mana? Like is it like?
I think it's like almost 80% completed. The one I can come up to my mind right now is the one in Subang. It's actually next to the highway. I don't want to say the name of the property, but yeah, it's next to the highway, and the developer went bankrupt, and it was bought over by another developer, but there's like conflict between the previous home buyers, the homeowners lah basically, and the developer and the community people around it, this and that lah. So is it memang a stalemate, or is a recurring thing that's going to be expected in our property line?
From my experience, and after the HDA is being established, should not be an issue, because kalau kita tengok memang developer memang kena tanggung a lot of things kalau anything go haywire ke, late completion apa semua ni kan. So might be that is happening because dia before the kewujudan HDA ni tadi. So there's no protection for the buyer.
Gotcha.
So too bad lah kan, macam kesian kan. Tapi
I mean, I think we have to do our due diligence lah basically before we actually pay for anything.
Tapi macam sometimes like yelah kadang-kadang like you dah do your due diligence kan, tiba-tiba je benda ni jadi kan. Before ni tak pernah jadi, tapi macam jadi kan. So that's a good thing about having a HDA, and there ada HDA account. They cannot run away from your money with your money.
Gotcha.
So your money is in that account, not diorang punya company's account lah. So they have the two separate account, right? And because macam based on what kita ada dalam HDA tu lah, they can take over to finish the construction apa semua tu kan. So we hope for the best lah for this type of case. Because from my experience, most of my clients so far okay. Dia belum lagi yang macam okay. Okay. So dia macam apa? They don't have any issue with the developer semua lah. So for me myself, we have the option to sell which project, right? And I will always avoid those yang macam memang ada history ataupun
a good track record lah basically.
Yeah, I hope for kita tengok track record, and then macam I cakap tadi, I very particular about the workmanship diorang. I look at the facilities, I always compare. So kalau macam before yang the ones yang I macam tengok developer yang bagi macam not really good result tu kan, I macam try to not to sell that to my buyer.
Okay. Alright guys, we come to the... Wow, it's been an hour. Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so hopefully this answers your questions of first time home buying. And if you do have any more questions, like more details one, do let us know in the comment section below and I will get Zaty to answer it. Or we can do another video about it, more detailed breakdown. But Zaty, before we end the thing, if you want to say anything?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, Vince, for this really nice opportunity. So talking to this home, to
First
future
home
homeowner, first home buyer, I really understand that the journey can be overwhelming because I have experience handling a lot of first home buyers, right? So you are not alone. It's really normal to feel overwhelmed with this process. So what I can do for you is that I will assist you step by step. So I don't push you to any projects that you don't want. I give you options. And if you have any questions or you need some consultation, you can always leave me some DMs on my Instagram page or you can WhatsApp me lah. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully you learned something from it. Do let us know what your takeaways from this episode is, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.